Lock in, chat. Next video. Billionaire car tier list.
Mark Zuckerberg has enough money to buy a brand new Lamborghini every single day for the rest of his entire life and still have billions of dollars left over. So why does he choose to drive a Honda Fit? Well,
I mean, don't they make more than the price of a Lambo every day? Just off of increased like net worth value, right, of the stocks that he owns. He makes more than however much a Lambo cost, whatever Lamborghini you're trying to buy, like 400K.
According to him, it's
day.
safe, comfortable, and not too show.
Honda Fit. Yo, that's actually crazy if you're a billionaire and driving a fucking Honda Fit.
The second car is a $1.4 million Pagani Huayra.
Okay.
S tier.
Yo, actually, though, I feel like most billionaires, outside of that one dude that died that lived in like a $60,000 home that ran IKEA, that guy literally just lived frugally. But most billionaires have like a cheap car where it's like, oh, I drive a Prius because it's gas efficient. And then they have 9 fucking other cars that are over $5 million each. I don't know if it's to like remind them of being humble or to also just maybe PR seem more humble.
Ken Griffin, founder of the sexiest hedge fund of all time, Citadel, once spent $200 million on this interesting assortment of
art. Is also a fucking scam write-off for rich people. I fucking hate that shit. Donating art pieces. You get it? I mean, it's illegal to do this, but a lot of people have done it, where you buy art, get it appraised for a much higher value, and then sell it. Or he just buys it and then donates it.
paint. Given Kenneth's track record of buying things that are overpriced thanks to sentimental value, you might think that he drives a Mark IV Supra, or maybe an old BMW. No, my boy Kenneth drives an almighty LaFerrari.
This is a LaFerrari.
With its rousing curves,
On the driver's door, you can see there are 3 circular buttons.
erotic V12 engine,
Next up, I want to move on to the door panel.
and salacious quarter-mile time of 9.7 seconds.
There's no storage pocket in the door panel.
The LaFerrari is an absolute beast. Ken Griffin seems like the type of guy that would
Yo, I get jealous as fuck, though, when I watch shit like that. Oh my god, bro. Owning a fucking, like, $3 million Ferrari? Oh, fuck, dude. I'd be scared I'd crash it. You gotta be... It's not even like, aren't you rich? I make money. You think I make LaFerrari money? No. I make money, right? Like, I could buy a nice car. I have a nice car, right? Like, I have a nice Jeep. But, like, I would never spend... I couldn't buy that car. Even if I could, you have to have way more than that in case you fucking total it.
buy a LaFerrari and just keep it in his garage because he's scared of depreciation, so A tier. Rihanna is worth $1.4 billion thanks to her music and cosmetic line, and her car collection is magical. She has multiple Porsches, an Aventador, a Maybach, a Chevy Suburban, and a legendary Mercedes SLR McLaren. Fun fact, this
That is a nice looking car, dude.
super rare car is also owned by former billionaire Kanye West.
Hey, good morning, Kanye.
Shut the fuck up.
Solid A tier. Michael Bloomberg drives a Chevy.
Yo, dead ass though. Yo, like, that's an honest response for a dude that's standing outside your fucking house. Get the fuck out of here, dude.
Hey, good morning, Kanye.
Shut the fuck up.
Solid A tier. Michael Bloomberg drives a Chevy Suburban. Jack Ma, former CEO of Alibaba, drives a Chevy Blazer that he bought from Alibaba.
That he bought from Alibaba.
The richest rapper of all time, Jay-Z, has a godlike automotive collection, but his coolest car has to be his $8 million Maybach Accelero, a one of
Oh my god, dude. Fuck, man. Like, keep in mind, like, when you watch these videos, you're like, oh, 3 million, 8 million. The average American dies with a net worth of like $1.7 million, less than that. I think the average American makes like 1.7 in their entire life. Oh, average net worth of somebody in their 60s that dies or 70s is $300K.
kind high-performance vehicle that was originally built to test the limits of Fulda's Accelero tire model.
Fucking engine lights blinking.
It's a cool car, but for $8 million, I would rather
It's not that cool for 8. I would put that in C tier, dude. That's a fucking shit-ass car for $8 million.
just buy the state of Wisconsin. I think it's too expensive. Say B tier. Steve Ballmer is worth $70 billion and drives a Ford Fusion hybrid. His car was hand-delivered to him by the Ford CEO.
How are you? You like your new car?
This is awesome. No way he's happy about that. Dog, you could buy 100,000 of those.
Beautiful, man.
It's a solid D tier.
That's an ad. That's got to be an ad. That's got to be a fucking... Oh, it's beautiful, man. Oh, my God. Oh, look at the fucking seats, dude. Oh, it's like carpet. Oh, my God. Oh, dude. Look at the gray paint finish. Oh, my God, dude. That's just fucking... When I see that car, oh, bro, I'm just like... It's like getting a Christmas present, dude. Every day when I walk out and see one of those cars.
It's a solid D tier. Steve Jobs was the former CEO of Apple, which is currently the highest value company in the entire world. And his car buying habits are the most unique on this list. Steve Jobs leased a brand new SL55 AMG every 6 months due to a loophole in California law that allowed him to legally drive without a license plate. To quote F. Scott Fitzgerald, "Let me tell you about the very rich. They are different from you and me." Not a super interesting car, but I respect the commitment. B tier. According to Google, the highest net worth in the entire world is 170 billion. But what if I told you that there exists a trillionaire?
I had 100 million by the time I was 31, 32. I became a trillionaire.
Wait, how much did he say?
I had 100 million by the time I was 31, 32. I became a trillionaire.
I really don't believe Andrew Tate has $100 million. What did he make money from? I don't even remember what Andrew Tate made money from. How did Andrew Tate get rich? I know he was a kickboxer, or he did like Muay Thai, and then he invested in Romanian casinos. But like 100 mil? Cam girls?
Quite recently.
Trillionaire
Oh, his courses made him a shitload too.
meaning 1,000 billion.
Correct.
Andrew Tate, the top G, takes great pride in his collection of properties, firearms, and last but not least, supercars, with his most infamous ride undoubtedly being his
Bugatti Chiron. I feel like a Bugatti Chiron is a basic rich person car though. Like it's one of the coolest cars, and I would say it's like a dream car for sure because it's so fast. I feel like if I had Andrew Tate money, I wouldn't buy a Bugatti Chiron.
Bugatti Chiron. Costing $3 million, only 500 Chirons were produced, making Top G the owner of a truly special vehicle.
What color is your Bugatti? What?
Also, worst car ever, dude. Brown. A brown Bugatti. Really?
What color is your Bugatti?
My positioning of Andrew Tate's Bugatti Chiron on this tier list is not indicative of my opinions on his worldviews and previous actions.
I'd put that A tier. Maybe B. Like, it's a cool car, and I know it's rare, but, like, everybody knows of it. It's not something that's, like, a niche vehicle.
I just don't believe a big showy lifestyle is appropriate. Sam Walton.
Or, like, one of those cars where, like, rich people buy, like, Bentleys, and it has, like, the stars in the sky that they want on the ceiling of the vehicle. Like, that's really cool. Like, certain constellations and shit that they ask for.
The founder of Walmart believed in frugality. In 1979, Sam bought a Ford F-150, which is currently on display in the Walmart Museum. Touching the truck's handle is rumored to bestow upon you the gift of frugality.
Gift of frugality? What? Saving money?
There's
Why Walmart workers are still broke.
some decent lore behind this truck, so
I mean, that is a cool truck, bro, but it's like, dude, it's like being a billionaire and being frugal makes no fucking sense. Like, if you're giving your money to charity, okay, but like, that's like it's an addiction. Billionaires that don't spend money and fucking just want more and more money and try to get a higher and higher net worth, they're addicted to making money. It's like every billionaire is at the end of the day, because it's like, why the fuck would you ever need over $1,000 million? But to sit there and be like, hey, I'm going to drive a 1979 Chevy truck or Ford truck when you have fucking 80 billion sitting in the bank and you could buy any car you want and more. Like, it's just a waste.
I'd say B tier. Larry Page is the co-founder
It's like hoarding. Like, actually.
of Google. He once said, if you're not doing some things that are crazy, then you're doing the wrong things. This is a quote that he lives by, as having an $86 billion net worth and choosing to drive a Toyota Prius is indeed crazy. D tier. Kim Kardashian has a $3.8 million car collection. For Christmas in 2020, her former husband Kanye West bought her 5 Maybachs.
I'm on the Maybach. Y'all got the Maybach. I'm on the Maybach.
Kim calls her Maybach S580 her favorite baby ever. Ever. She also has an Urus with a Mansory wide-body kit and one-off wheels. But her most universally loved car has to be her fabric-wrapped Lamborghini.
Ew! What the fuck? What if it rains? Or she drives through a white fabric. Driving this thing, it's getting stained. That's gross. That's kind of cool, though. Bro, drive it on the road, and that's just going to get fucking mud and dirt. How are you going to get it out?
Okay, you guys, my new ride is here.
Oh, hell no.
Look at this. Is this not the cutest thing ever?
Oh, hell no.
Car enthusiasts were inspired and amazed at such a tasteful addition to the $200,000 car.
F tier. Thank you.
Sam Bankman-Fried was the founder of FTX, the infamous crypto exchange that went absolutely bankrupt, and is the only person on this list who has become a millionaire twice. But let's focus on this version of Sam. When his net worth was $26 billion, he famously drove a Toyota Corolla, and everyone marveled at his humbleness and altruism.
You trust the guy more when you see the car he drives.
He's brilliant, and I trust him, and I like
He
him.
doesn't even have window tints.
The guy you see next to me is the most generous billionaire.
Everyone except for the top G.
When I know people with lots of money and they sit there and they want to drive an old Toyota Corolla, these people are always fucking weirdos.
What color is your SEC?
Yo, I don't fuck with Andrew Tate, but like, yo, it actually just doesn't make sense. Like, why the fuck would you have $40 billion and not buy a fucking nice car? Like, I'm not gonna sit here and be like, oh, a new Prius isn't a good car. It is, but not when you're worth more than some small countries.
Violation. The Toyota Corolla is actually pretty decent, I'd say C tier. Despite his $100 billion net worth, Warren Buffett is a very frugal young man.
Warren Buffett even fucking drive anymore? He's like 95.
Eats McDonald's.
And isn't he still like the head of fucking Berkshire Hathaway? Warren Buffett age. That man's so old. He's 94. He was born in 1930. And he still does like speeches and shit. The best Warren Buffett stocks to buy with $1,000 right now. There's so many fucking articles about him. Warren Buffett's 5 rules of investing. Never lose money. That's not really advice.
On a daily basis.
If the market is down, he'll have just 2 sausage patties. If the market's flat, sausage McMuffin. If the market's up, bacon, egg, and cheese biscuit.
After hearing about his quirky eating habits, I was a bit disappointed to
Wait, that's what he does?
McDonald's on a daily basis.
If the market is down, he'll have just 2 sausage patties.
This man eats McDonald's on a daily basis and lived to 94. Bro, that's what I'm talking about. Old people that live past the age of 90, and you ever ask them what their fucking trick was, they're like, oh, well, I smoke cigarettes, unfiltered, and eat a bar of dark chocolate every day. I'm like, okay. I eat 35 peanuts every morning. I'm like, when the fuck did you start doing that? It's just genetics? Genetics is a very big thing on determining how long you're going to live, but also eating habits. So it's always shocking to me when, like, people with terrible lifestyle habits live just incredibly long. Because you sit there and think, like, damn, if you didn't do that, how much longer would you live? Like, there's, like, a 98-year-old smoker, and you're like, dude, you would live to, like, 150. No, not 150. Like, 110, right?
Patties. If the market's flat, sausage McMuffin. If the market's up, bacon, egg, and cheese biscuit.
After hearing about his quirky eating habits, I was a bit disappointed to find that Warren Buffett drives the most boring, mediocre rich person car.
The most boring car, a Kia Soul. Like a 2013 Nissan. Nah, he probably drives like an American vehicle. Maybe, somebody said Toyota Camry. Yeah, 2003 Toyota Corolla, Honda Civic. Something, maybe like a Ford, like a boring Ford.
I've ever seen in my entire life. A Cadillac XTS. It's a very...
No, but literally a Cadillac, though. Yo, that man was born in 1930. He probably thinks that's the most expensive car you could buy. That's like creme de la creme for somebody born in the 30s, dude. The Cadillac. Yeah, that's fucking rich people shit.
Very uninteresting car, but Warren Buffett is a legend, so B tier.
Hello, I'm Bill Gates, chairman of Microsoft.
Yo, you ever see the reviews of his house? His shit's crazy. I don't know if he still lives there anymore. I remember I watched a video about the house he lived in, and his floors have, like, sensors. So if he wants to, like, look at like, say somebody broke into his house, he would see where you're standing in his home, like, on his iPad or whatever he was looking at.
Bill Gates bought a Porsche Turbo in 1979, and a few speeding tickets later, he realized that he needed more power. So he bought a Porsche 959, the world's fastest street-legal production car of the time. It was one of the first high-performance cars with all-wheel drive.
Porsches are also just, like, not, like, I would love to own a Porsche one day. That's just, like, a nice, like, if you own a Porsche, that's just, like, oh, yeah, that's a nice car. Nobody ever sees a Porsche and doesn't like it. It's usually never somebody's, like, favorite vehicle, but it's always just a good car.
Drive and pulled 0 to 60 in 3.6 seconds. The 959 debuted for around $600,000. Now, they're 7 figures. William Henry Gates III gets a solid A tier. Rich person number 15 has driven a large variety of vehicles from a—
Oh my God, dude. He really looks like a gecko. And I'm not making fun of him for that. It's like he scares me sometimes.
Variety of vehicles, from a Ford Model T to a modified BMW M5. But his most iconic ride was undoubtedly his $1 million ultra-rare McLaren F1.
Does he still own that? He probably owns some crazy shit, dude. How many cars do you think Elon Musk owns? I don't know. Maybe with acquiring Twitter, he probably cut back on the spending.
2 McLarens in the world, and I will own one.
I've also heard Twitter's lost, like, Twitter was going down and down when it was publicly traded on stock pricing for so long, and then he bought it, and I've heard that since he acquired it, it's worth, like, 7 times less than it was. Like, Twitter's only gone down in value. It's not a publicly traded company anymore, or he doesn't have as much worth in the company that he used to. 70% less?
Emphasis on the word was. One day, Elon was driving to an investor meeting for his little tech company, PayPal. His co-founder, Peter Thiel, was in one of the passenger seats. While they were driving along the open Californian roads, Peter turned to Elon and said, "I'd like to see what this car can do." Then, in an act of ultimate badassery, Elon turned to Peter, said, "Watch this," and crashed into an embankment. This F1 is an amazing car, and it has some extensive lore, so I'd say S tier.
But they're so rich that they crash that $1 million car and just go, good thing we didn't die. And then he just buys another one.
You yourself are worth somewhere in the vicinity of $9 or $10 billion today. I only say that because I've
Jeff Bezos
got a follow-up question. Okay. What's with the Honda?
This is the rich person love. Scary.
This is a perfectly good car.
This clip made me love Jeff even without having met him. This just proves that materialistic things aren't necessarily needed to obtain happiness. It's nice to see billionaires that want to be normal people. You don't need a fancy house or a nice car.
Imagine Jeff Bezos goes to a fucking comedy special. Every time a joke landed, the crowd would just go silent. Because over the mass laughter, just kind of, grouping together to just be like a loud roar. Just to the side, you hear,
Jeffrey.
I'd be like, look, my head would snap. I'd be like sort of dying pelican in the fucking room.
Preston Bezos.
My laugh ain't any better.
Once drove a 1997 Honda Accord. 20 years later, his car collection is now valued at over $20 million. Luxury and excess.
Bro, literally the GTA car garage, bro. Oh my God. When I'm sitting there grinding out video games to fucking lock in and get like 3 fucking $1 million cars to fucking finish out my car collection in GTA, this motherfucker actually has.
Years later, his car collection is now valued at over 20.
What the fuck? That is literally a fucking GTA garage. That's not his garage. Is that his garage? Why does he have fucking 7 of the same Lamborghinis?
Million. Luxury and excess are generally frowned upon. But let's be honest, if you have
and then they don't drive them.
all the money in the world, would you be driving an old Honda?
That was a good video. I enjoyed that. I really enjoyed that video. Next.